Hi everyone. Today we are going to take a look at interface segregation principle in solid design patterns, and as usual we will go through the definition, then walk through an example and code it live as well. So ISP states that no client should be forced to depend on method which it doesn't use, right? So it's basic definition and should be clear, but if it doesn't, then let's walk through a few examples and that should make things clear. Now we are going to code the example live because it's an easy example to understand, and let's start. So let's assume that we have in class electronics, and this particular class has few methods. So let's just say we have an virtual method power on, and then we have another. So let me just duplicate it. So we have another method power off, then we have an play music and charge battery, and then we have another method, let's call it take photo, right? Sorry. So these are few functionalities which are being provided by electronic gadget. Now let's create another class phone which will be inherited from this particular electronic class. We need to override these methods. So let's just print something here. It says power on. It says power off. Playing music. Charging battery. And clicking photo. Now if you create an phone object here, and try to look at the functionalities, then we can see that our phone has functionality to charge battery, play music, power on, power off, and take photo, right? These are the functionalities which client will also see, that our phone provides these functionalities. Now let's just say we have another gadget, and that is camera. So let's create another class here, camera, and it is also going to inherit all of the methods from electronic class, because it is going to use take photo, charge battery, power on, power off. But the issue here is that if we inherit these methods from electronic class, then we need to override play music method as well, because if it doesn't, then it won't let us create object. So we can see it here. Let me just override only these four methods, and I guess what we can do is we can just, yeah, uh, now let's try to create an camera object. And you can see that we got an red marking here which says that unimplemented pure virtual method play music in camera. So that means we need to override play music functionality here as well. So what we could do is we could just copy paste these here, as we are being forced to override that particular functionality. So we need to override all of them, and in this particular case we are not going to use this. But now let's just say we ship this particular class to client. So what client will see, they will check out the functionalities like this, and here we have functionality provided charge battery, power off, power on, take photo, as well as play music, and client is going to see this one. And if they see that our camera provides a functionality to play music, they are going to use this one as well. But what it actually does, it does nothing. So we have seen the problem here, that we are being forced to write and override an functionality which we are not using and which we are not even providing. But we have to override it just to make sure that we are able to create an object. So this particular design actually is not good. We need to segregate this particular interface. So let's segregate it. So we are going to segregate it in different interface. So let's create first one. So power manager, which is going to take these two methods, and then we have music manager, which will take this one, and then we have battery charger, or let's call it battery manager, and at the end we have take photo, so we created photo manager. So now we got these interfaces, and we have segregated on the basis of functionality. So on our phone we are going to implement all of them. So our phone has photo manager, it is also going to override power manager as well as music manager and battery manager. So our phone has all of these functionalities, so we overridden all of them. And on our camera we are kind of limited, so we will inherit power manager functionalities, then we will inherit battery manager functionality and photo manager, and we can remove this one. Now if we take a look at the functionalities which our object is providing, what client is going to see here, these are the functionalities which are being provided by the phone class: play music, charge battery, power on, power off, and take photo. And if we take a look at the camera object, then our camera provides these functionalities: we can charge the battery, power on, power off, and take photo. So once we have segregated the interfaces here, we are now no more being forced to implement a method which we are not using. In camera, in case of camera, that was play music. So we are now, you can see that we are not being forced to implement that particular interface, and we do not have to. So we can ship this particular design and we are good to go. So thank you for watching, and this was interface segregation principle. See you in the next session.